Alright, let's check out the the audio quality here. Copy some of the links here. Alright, let's check out. There we go. Sounds fine. What was that? What the hell was that? Oh yeah, that was that. Yeah. Let me create the Patreon posts for the live stream. And then link. Okay, there we go. There we go. Okay, let's see if there was any requests this week that I needed to take care of before getting into the rest. Van Eck and SMH, yeah, and Nasdaq, yeah. I think we were talking about those last week, so that does not concern us this week. So I think we can get going straight away. So let's get going. Let's start with the indices again. Dow. Okay. Now, this is still a possibility, this ABC going down. If we rally beyond around 41k on Dow, I would be starting to question this. Again, this is on regular scale. It's not too much different, 42k on log scale. So again, those are going to be the targets that we don't really want to be seeing hit too much. If they are hit, then this more of a bearish scenario goes more away, and it starts to become more like a this being a 1-2 instead of an AB. Okay, because the extensions are getting farther and farther, and also we have the retracement here. This orange fib numbers would be the retracement of this wave A here. So something like this. If it goes beyond here, then you can see that it starts to not resemble that good of a structure anymore, and it becomes less and less probable that it's going to be a seaway downwards. But locally, again, this is the last thing that we are concerning ourselves with. Oops, what did I have there at the time? Time compression, don't need that at the moment. So what do we see here? Is potential 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 is still possible. The only thing that I don't currently like about this last legs is the fact that this is a very clear 3 wave here. So how does this fit into anything? Is this being a 3, this being a 3, and there is still a chance where this whole thing is an expanded flat for the wave B. So in this scenario, we would have an A, B, and then C here for the potential wave 4. I have 2 counts overlapping here, where the wave 3 would be starting here, ending here, wave 4 here. The other way of looking at this is like so, and where we have this as a 1-2 and continuing to the upside. At the moment, all this is very overlapping. So if we want to be bullish and having this as some kind of wave 1 of an impulse, we'd have some kind of diagonal here. It's possible to end it here, have it something like this as well. At the moment, I would be just waiting for this to resolve itself. ES, very similar, however, maybe some better structures here. Potentially, it's not easy, definitely not easy to read. Potential 1, 2, the higher time frame degrees are a bit different as well, although there is still a possibility for this to be a B wave as well. A couple of different interpretations internally here, where this could be an A wave. B wave and C wave, or we would have something like this instead as well. Very possible instead of this. Is starting to get extended here, which is not the best thing for the bear scenarios. For the bulls, this is starting to look actually really decent. Actually, let's just bring it C wave here. And why is this settings? Okay, they changed the symbol there. So this and this. Okay. So A, B. Now we have already gone beyond the 1.236 and 1.382. So the probability is towards this being the count is less. The issue with this count is that this weird structure here inside here is still weird. If we still want to be bullish and don't want to have this weird ABC here, we could have this as some kind of ABC and being the start of a diagonal, where this would be the start of this whole diagonal, which would be larger at some point. But again, that is projecting way too far into the future in my opinion. So just looking at this locally is better, for now at least. The higher time frame is going to play out itself at some point, so just going to be waiting on that. But locally, I'm still seeing some potential here. Now we had this last week. Yeah, this was the last week's highs. This was very similar to the potential of having a expanded flat here. However, again, we have created a rally here yesterday, which is kind of weird looking. Let me see, what was this coming through? Some alerts. So yeah, there is still a chance that we have some kind of weird diagonal here for the potential C wave, if this is an A, B, C or an A, B, C. At that point, this would be a 1, 2, looking for 3, 4 and 5. And overall, of course, we can't take out the all-time highs, or these highs, sorry, if this count is to be true. But yeah, I'm still looking for some upside. As you can see here, we were looking for a couple of weeks back, we were looking for one more high, which we did get. At the moment, it's not really too bearish to the downside. There is definitely a chance where this is ABC into 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, some kind of diagonal here. It's not the prettiest, but that's how you would have to draw it up. And then some kind of wave 2 here with a zigzag up. And then you would be getting something like this. Now, at the moment, it would be the best to short against the high, this local high, or even this high. Does not really matter at that point, it's really close to each other. But it's, again, I don't really want to be playing with diagonals, as they are not that reliable, because they are more often than not a corrective pattern instead. And this can be multiple different things. Could be some kind of very ugly diagonal as well to the upside, if this indeed is some kind of ABC, ABC and then ABC. So double zigzag to the downside, so WXY into these lows, and then a continuation of that previous trend. We have corrected on RSI the whole thing on 1 hour, not completely on 4 hour. Maybe this is too high of a time frame. Maybe 1 hour is the best. But yeah, no divergences at the lows though yet. Locally, for sure, there was divergences here. Nasdaq, we had this very pretty 3 wave, which was nice. I think I was trading actually. Was it this low or this high for a short? So I wanted this move to happen. And this was luckily the only one that I think I played. Actually, it didn't take out the high here. Not here. Okay, I think, yeah, that was that, I think. This high, but it was on Nasdaq, yeah. Let me mute this because this is going to keep beeping. There we go. But yeah, very similar situation as in S&P, where we would have this as a potential 1-2 as well. 1-2, 1-2, is that too bullish? Three-way structure, however, to the downside is in my opinion very bullish in that sense already, and we had a very deep or very fast correction, not a correction, impulse to the upside, and a very potential three-way structure here. Now comparing against the S&P, though we have not taken out the highs, this gives me more bullish vibes, because SPX or S&P ES, we were talking about the possibility of having this as that diagonal, but NQ can't be that, because we have already taken out the high. So that is something to note. There is divergence here, however, but again, that could be just local, or if they are different degrees, you shouldn't care about that either. I don't think I have a very good count on, whoops, that's too hard time frame, on Nasdaq. If we are talking about the possibilities of this being a 1-2, 1-2, this probably could be a 3-4. This is the highest high here on RSI, still on daily. We have divergences here, so it could be 1, 2, 3, 4, some kind of 5. However, if that is the case, divergences, we would have a correction of some sort before another all-time high. This was just so deep of a retracement here. I just don't know. I don't know if I like that. That's why I don't like it's 50%. It's basically the exact match for a maximum wave 4 retracement, but it's just so weird. And also, I guess we did not really have an extension on third wave here, right? Because we just got to the 1.618. So the bullish scenario in that sense is fitting very well, where we would have that extension on fifth. So that would make sense. But of course, then we would have this as a 1-2. This would be 3, 4, and 5. So that would be minute. Maybe extension on fifth as well. This looks to me still. I'm gonna take a look at the crypto a bit later, but I'll do that at that point. But I think I have it on the list as well. But yeah, no clear 1-2, 1-2s here. It's just, I don't know, because we have this divergence here. I think if anything, this would be the wave 2 of this whole thing, but I don't think that is good to assume that. I think this is more likely to be a wave 4 or something. And this cycle is starting here. This cycle, this last fifth or third, where we have that extension. We have so much already divergences here that it is boiling for some kind of correction. And here on daily, we did not get to this area of interest where we would have that RSI 40, instead where we had that on 4-hour time frame. We had that already here. So I think we are due for some kind of correction very soon. I'm just not quite sure how to label this whole thing. I think wave 4 should be in here. So we would have some kind of 1-2. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, and then this would be the fifth. Something like this. Let's see actually the because this was the potential. It's very hard because we don't have the structure here to play at all. But this structure here is still a sign of bullishness. As long as we hold that low, this low here, we can still rally. I'll set an alert there, and that is my cue for something. Diagonal opportunity here, same as we had on S&P, but we don't have that diagonal opportunity here on Nasdaq to the downside. I wonder if this is just an extended ABC. Super extended. I'm not sure if I can long that. We would have this as a diagonal. You could actually go long against the low here. Maybe. You might want to be... There is some indication of some kind of bullishness here. We're still struggling with the point of control. You can see how well it is respected, these lows and these highs now. We have a 3-wave already to the downside, of which we got a reaction. Let's see this smaller time frame. Yeah, that looks a nice reaction. This could be like a long opportunity here against the local low. Just very small position, I think, because this is scalp. But yeah, we'll see. If he pushes through the point of control, then we could rally. I'll set an alert here just to take a look at it. And the highs, of course, are interesting to note. Let's see if something changes. RTY takes out the high. Oh, this was yesterday. This actually looks like it needs actually another leg to the downside, just for the ABC structure. This easily could be a way for someone, but I don't really, because this is very overlapping here. Overlapping here. All this. I don't know. That is weird. Nifty. I'll do that next. I think actually we might. Yeah, I wouldn't touch this. There's too many different ways of looking at this. If you were to trade this, the only way I would be looking for is this is the most tradable thing here. And look for something like that. Take out the liquidity here and go for the short against lows. Or towards lows. So nifty. Well, we had the idea. I can't remember when we were looking at this nifty, but obviously it's been quite a long time since I haven't adjusted anything. Anything here. Macro. Let's push this up. Why is this not really holding up? Is it on log scale? It was on log scale maybe. No, it doesn't seem to be. Yeah, I don't know why these are no longer fitting at all. Oh well, whatever. We had some other ideas here. WXY, we were expecting some kind of move up. 3-wave, we did get that. Let's see. Yeah, these are... It's kind of annoying that TradingView doesn't auto adjust these when the contracts change. So you gotta manually update everything. That is kind of wild that we are now exactly at the 1-to-1. We did hit that before as well. Yeah, I think this is about to be done. We don't have a new high. Sorry, we have a new high on RSI, which generally means that we are having the end of something. The only issue with this count, however, is that we have a divergence here. That is not something that we expect. Maybe that is too low of a time frame. We don't have on weekly, nor 2-day. Okay, maybe we're just on too small time frame. But yeah, this looks very decent as an ABC going up into that 1-to-1. We did get divergences here where we are still creating some kind of very sideways weird structures. This looks 3 waves. This looks 3 waves. Internally looks even 3 waves here. And even potentially here. It could be that we are some kind of diagonal to create one more high. Let's create something, maybe the end of this wave C. The issue with this being any kind of diagonal is that we can't really compare this to anything previous, because if it was to end at these highs, it would be very proportionate to the rest of the structure. All of the corrections would be small here, here, here. Actually, the end of this whole thing looks to be ending in 3. We are coming down. Huh. Maybe we have some kind of structure like this as a wave 4. It would be so out of proportion though against some of these wave 2s here. Yeah, kind of looks like wave 4 though. It's very possible that we are getting one more high. And if we are, I think we are to be getting some in 3 waves. Something like that. But yeah, that would be my best guess at the moment. 3 or WXYZ to the lows, some kind of 3-wave up, could be up in here, yeah. Let's see if is there any channel here. This looks very channeling like. I mean, kinda. Oh, regular scale. We are right there. We hit that basically already. Basically, not quite to the dot, but yeah. Very possible that we are going to be respecting this kind of channel here as well. But yeah, that's my 1 minute on Nifty. Hopefully that made anything for you, or you got something out of that. Check out Tesla. We are getting some climb up in here on Tesla at the moment. We still have a more bullish scenario of having this X up later. Locally, the only way we can look at this is some kind of diagonal. I don't think we can do it like this. Let's see actually. Okay, so this would be larger, so it would be a expanded structure, so that is still fine actually. But I think better would be some kind of diagonal like so. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So maybe one more high here. Let me label that in here, and then this would be a wave 1 of something, or a wave E. Yeah, but I don't think that is tradable yet. Meta, yeah, no worries. Meta, still grinding at these all-time highs. Not all-time highs. These highs. Oh, is it all-time highs? It was all-time highs. Yeah, it was. Massive run. No idea what it is actually, but Now that we are getting these higher and higher, this structure here is starting to look like some kind of major pivot in the middle. If we still want to be bearish, this would be the structure that we are having in the middle as a connecting structure to the last and the first. So we would be connecting this to the next. 1-to-1, 515. We'll see if that gets there. I don't really see. Of course, you could be looking for buy the dip opportunities, but then you would probably have your stop loss always below the lows. I don't see Elliott wave reasons to be buying at that top. Baba still grinding at the lows. Let it grind, whatever. Not going to be touching that for a while. ABC going up and then coming down again, so it's more bearish. Netflix is creating some kind of potential diagonal opportunity here, maybe. This looks like a 3 as well, or could be correction end here. 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 3 4 and potential 5, so maybe a start of a diagonal here. It could just launch up higher, but the higher time frame expectation here is just wild. I don't know how to count this actually, because we had this overlap. There was no overlap between this 1 and 4 here though, so I'll just have it as such. Boeing is still not doing anything. Looks more like an ABC to the upside, which is more bearish again. This could be tradable. This looks more like a 5-way to the downside here locally on 15 minutes. So maybe once the markets open, if we get a rally, maybe into the 0.5 even, in some kind of 3-way fashion or even higher, you could be looking for a short trade on Boeing against the high, depending on where you are or what kind of structure it is. Yeah, but that is definitely something to look for. I'm setting my 0.5 as the minimum retracements for that, so I don't want to be trading it otherwise. Apple. These are like we still had this massive move, but the issue is we came down in what looks to me like in a 5 wave, right? So I don't really, can I trade that? I'm not sure if I can. And these are the earnings like dumps and pumps that are very scary and maybe should be even completely irrelevant and removed from the charts if possible. I feel like those are just scam pumps. Bitcoin is coming up later. All the crypto is coming up. Well, soon. I have few more stocks to go through, these fast ones, and then I'll go Bitcoin and other crypto as well. So far a 3-wave, but we had another 3-wave as well for PayPal to the downside, so it could be that this is the start of a more of a 1-2-1-2 setup if you want to be bullish. PayPal has been super corrective looking, overlaps on all these structures here, so it's, yeah, I wouldn't rely on that too much. End phase. I kind of we had divergences here, which indicates that we could have some kind of 5 wave. It's just the structurally we had just the gap here, and I can't really say, do we have 1 2 1 2 3 4 5 3 4 5 or what was that? And this kind of looks like 5 as well, so I'm kind of 1 2 3 4 5. If this is another 5, I don't know what to do. Which one am I going to believe in? Amaro actually created a new high here and not, yeah, this here apparently was not, or was a 3 wave and not a 5. Based on the extensions, I guess you could actually say that it was a 3 based on just these extensions. Maybe good I didn't trade that. Microsoft, this gap up feels like it could be a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 again. I feel like I have the Nvidia account now ending. Which is, well, I don't know. Where do we go next? What is going to be the next structure that we would be expecting? I don't know. To me, I'm not expecting anything anymore here. This to me is the largest correction so far, so it fits into the being wave 4 summon. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I guess this is the only potential structure that could be changed. We have a zigzag here, then we have a running flat in wave 4 here, which fits. Then we have some kind of a zigzag here on wave 2 of sub minuet, and a flat here. It's very extended. It's not expanded because we don't take out the origin with the B wave, but it's very extended to the downside. But it fits the idea. It's still possible that we have a 1, 2, 3, 4 here, and as we came back to the previous wave 4 lows, we took that liquidity here and then just whoop with the earnings, or after the earnings, the day after. Okay. And yeah, we've been just grinding sideways for quite a few days now. I would not really trade this. Originally I wanted to be trading this here to the upside, but it's been very 3 wave-ish. Kind of glad that I didn't pull any kind of triggers there. BAC, SMH, expecting very large of a wave 4 or 5th. It could be that this is coming to an end soon as well. We have like divergences, which is why third is the highest high on RSI, then 5th or 3rd, and now we have another high with another divergence. So we are coming to a close, or some kind of corrective structure should be happening soon on SMH. Might be another opportunity later, probably around these lows. Maybe we are going to be taking out the previous lows here and then rallying up again. Google definitely did not want to do what I wanted it to do. There is a chance here that we have a 3 here, a 3 here, and then another up. That would fit RSI here. We would be getting a structure here, down and up, taking out the all-time high, oh, not all-time high spot, this high. But I think this is still the major structure to play. But I think there is a merit to go longing somewhere in here, like against local low, or this low actually, because this is there is a chance that this is a 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 3, 4, 5, where we would have like divergence fitting, and then we have a pump. The only reason I don't like this that much is because we did not go through the previous order block. Generally, we want to be seeing we go through that order block and get a retracement like we have here, but only after breaking this. But if this is already creating a 1, 2, 1, 2, then maybe we might be missing this. I have an alert there. Now at least. And see if we come back there. Might be looking for long. Because the risk to reward ratios are really good here. Even at these current prices against the low. Because, you know, this would be the expectation here. 1 to 1. At least. So 4.5. AMD. never came back to the lows and we missed the trade. Never hit the 1-to-1 extension, and then it went the way we wanted it to. Oh well, that happens. Now we can get to Bitcoin and then. So, to me, we are coming to an end very soon here. Give me just a moment. Okay. This is still possible. Maybe there is some kind of 1-2-1-2 here that I just can't see on the charts, because the issue here is that we have highest highs in here on RSI, which kind of would make this a third of summon unless we have an extension on fifth. And we do have an extension on fifth, but we already had an extension on third as well. So we have a double extension, and we have some kind of a potential, I think we had a potential three-way structure here, this, at the lows. And after that we have a potential diagonal opportunity here. On CTC we have a long now going on Bitcoin. Let me check how's that going. It was from 61,170, so around here. No, 170 here, somewhere in here against some of the lows. Not these lows. Was it here? Maybe it was these lows. I can't remember what kind of setup that was, but yeah, decent profits already there. But yeah, this looks good. I'm still hopeful until we break some of these market structures, and then yeah. The issue is just, I don't know, when is this going to be stopping locally? Look, if we are just zooming out, it gets even more bullish. Like, I'm not sure if I want to do this, but let's do some zooming out. Talk about Bitcoin a bit higher macro. Three wave here, or WXYZ, depending on you're using log or regular scale. Log scale, there is still an argument for this being a ABC. At this point, again, we have come down so much that we have a potential A, B, and C for a flat. That is very much of a possibility still, with just an extension of fifth. Locally, we still have divergences here from the third of third, even though we have the extension here on fifth, which actually kind of skews it a bit. But yeah, it's still very much possible that we have three here. It's not even that bad looking. Of course, on regular or arithmetic scale, this is off the charts. It's well beyond the 1.618, and there is definitely merit for having this as some kind of 1-2. Some kind of 1-2. The question is this going to be a 3-4 an extension on fifth, or is this going to be another like a 1-2, 1-2, and then we would be off to the moon? Like, that would be I mean, that would be so bullish that I don't want to be believing in that if this is 1-2, 1-2, because you know, if this is some kind of even minute and minuet, look at the extensions here. The extension targets 1.618 for third wave, then fourth wave. Let's just use these. Fifth wave extension target, regular, 92k. That would be the third wave for here. Then we would be looking for a wave 3 retracement, which would be around back to potentially these all-time highs, previous all-time highs, potentially previous wave 4s, and then the extension on fifth. We'd be expecting it to go beyond the 2.236, and natural target would be that 100k. And I don't know, I don't really want to be that bullish, because that, again, from current prices to 100k, that would be another 60%. But it is super bullish looking. It is. We are looking at some of these. Let's just use from here, for example. We've gone through the channel. We have found backtest on that. This could be a wave 4, however. We have to remember that. But this is the bullish mega bull scenario. Generally, these don't happen when you see the opportunities or these kind of setups. Just don't. But there is always a chance. And of course, if you want to be the mega bull, because if you saw this one here where I'm saying that there is a chance that we have a fire wave already here, well, what does that mean? That means that we have a possibility for another 1, 2, because this is already larger, this structure, the sub-minuet, than the minuet degree. It's less likely. However, at some point we just have to create retracements. Previously we found support on that 40 area on RSI. We should be coming back to that area on a bit lower time frame, maybe some kind of wave 4 or 4 hour time frame. Even back in here into this area of demand, I wouldn't be too surprised. We could be going higher still locally, but even at some point soon, I would be expecting some kind of wave 2. But this is just mega bull scenarios. And I'm more conservative, right? I was just looking at ETH as well on more of a macro, where we are hitting some of the wave 3 targets. This would be looking at it like this, however. ABC through a pullback, correcting this previous structure of WXY, or an ABC, whatever it is, the first structure, correcting it here, and then we would be looking for another 3-way structure. It's very different than Bitcoin, but this is kind of bearish. However, the extensions are not bearish. The extension is not bearish. We are at the 1.618 here on regular, and this one is more bearish too, at the 1-to-1 soon. This first structure, however, has taken so much longer in time that I'm not sure if I like it. We have hit basically the 0.618 here, which you can't see at the moment, which is what I look for as a minimum for a pardon leg. So that is fitting there as well. Let's check out Nasdaq. What was it doing? Okay, it went up. Is it now dumping? It is dumping. Let me take some profits. Do I want to take profits? This is just weird. Where was I looking for in... No, I don't. Hold on, hold on, hold on. Give me just a second. I think I was looking for... Was it here? Where was I looking for that trade? Oh well. Looks like it is playing out somewhat. Okay, so that looks like it is fitting that third wave. So potentially, of course, potential is an ABC here. I didn't even notice that the markets just opened. That's why we are getting this kind of rush into the markets. Sorry, I'm trading a bit on the side at the same time. What's Bitcoin doing? It's dumping. Not too much though. Don't really want to come back here. If it comes back here on top of this at the moment yet. What was the... Oh no, I was playing... What was I playing? Oh man. What the heck? I was playing against this low, which is super deep. Oh well, yeah. Yeah, I'll just set my stop loss basically beyond here. Need to check that. At least it's in profit, so I don't need to be checking it. Now actually I kind of want to see some kind of wave 4, 5. Yeah. Yeah, this is decent. This is the ABC targets. We're almost there already. So there is a chance that this is actually a 1, 2 instead of that AB. But let's not get too optimistic, because that optimism is often what is the killer of everything. Yeah, I'll just move my stop loss there on top here, so there's nothing to lose anymore. Okay. ETH, we are talking about ETH. So log scale, still possible that this is a 3, still possible that this is a 3, and at that point again, this being a 3, let's see how much retracement, right around the 786 now, kind of close to that 1-to-1. What do we have on the regular scale? Golden pocket. Liquidity. Some good targets there for sure. There is a chance that, again, for ETH, there is a chance that we just do something like this. ABC to the downside. Of course, not possible on log scale. That's why, regular scale. That's why we come back down to the log scale. But how bullish Bitcoin looks, I'm not quite sure if I like this. The only issue that I have is this low here on RSI. I don't like that at all. Bitcoin is a bit dumping here. Not a good thing, not a good thing. Looks like Nasdaq is struggling a bit as well. Oh, it is dumping quite fast, this Nasdaq. I'll set another alert here at the 0.5. I'll delete this one. It shouldn't come beyond the 0.5. If it does, then it's more likely to have already ended. What else was I looking at? ETH. Yeah, that's macro. Let's check out the local structures. Expectation was that we are looking for some kind of end. This obviously should be in here. Nasdaq is bullying me. Okay, it's dumping now. That is weird. Oh well, I'm not going to be losing anything, so whatever. I already have my stop loss on the positive, but this does not really look too good. Is Bitcoin just dumping? It is. Oh well. Wow. But yeah, at the moment, the wave 4 is where we have the longest sideways consolidation, which is here. Structurally, it's not really good. This probably should be here. Wave 5. The wave 1 here is, again, very ugly. Yet again, very often it seems in crypto nowadays that the start of these moves is looking very much like a 3 wave. This looks more like a 3, 3, and 3 than anything like a 5 at all. So I can't really put a 5 in here. It has to be some kind of weird diagonal with the end being the highest high on RSI. It just doesn't make too much sense. But sometimes we just can't look at the structure too much, and we just play this. This was the Bitcoin dump rally. This looks a bit better on ETH, although the structure is not that good. Looks more like a 5 here. To the downside, maybe we have some kind of ABC coming down, not taking out these lows. Check out VET, that was requested way early. Ooh, did a pump. A nice looking pump. Get rid of these old, very old markings here. I mean, this looks pretty decent for a 5 wave up, if we are looking at from the lows. However, again, that does not mean that this is the start of anything. This actually looks kind of finished already. Although we don't have a divergence here, which is kind of bad. Yeah, that looks actually very decent for a 5 wave. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Oops, micro. And then a rejection from where. That looks, however, very much like a 3 wave, like in many other altcoins as well. We just gotta wait out this whole thing to see how it plays out actually. If it starts to take longer than this whole thing here, which would be, well, a couple more weeks or two and a half more weeks on sideways, then we gotta think that maybe this is not the way for here. But so far it looks good. But yeah, back to the idea here that it might not be the start of something, is because we have a structure of this. There is a chance that we have a structure, something like this here, before it. A, B, C. Sure, it is very extended, almost to the 2-to-1 extension. On a log scale, regular scale, it's even worse probably. Yeah, it's even worse. But it's still a possibility. Log scale, look at log scale, like we have so much room to go down. But if we are looking at this, however, 1.236 on vet ABC. This looks more like an ABC than a bullish structure to the upside. Macro wise, ETH is not really something you kind of look like a bullish structure. However, it doesn't mean that we can't go up. We can climb correctively. This somehow just fits very well into, yeah. My way of labeling this whole thing would be probably something like this. This should be actually potentially minute. Then we would have a or W, X and Y. Like so. And depending on if we are pivoting right now, where's the one-to-one? Right at the 90%. So my expectation at the moment would be an ABC to the upside. If the cycle, this cycle is the way I'm thinking. It definitely can be that it is something else completely. But yeah, 0.3 cents. So it would have to come down like 90% again. 95% again. But it doesn't have to. This whole thing could be just a weird end for this structure here at the lows, and where we would have a 3-way pullback and then a continuation where we have this as a already structure, and then we go to all-time highs. That is very possible as well. But again, the thing is that you have to realize that there is also a risk of downside here. That is very much more possible or probable than on some other cryptos, because this is starting like a 3. Okay, hopefully that made some sense. Litecoin, just looking at this locally now, if there is anything to pick up. Currently looks like a 3, but again, this can turn around. This looks like really decent structures, like potential, yeah. This could be some kind of expanded flat, then a move upside to the upside. Maybe even some kind of triangle in here. We did hit the minimum target. We are getting some kind of rally from here. Oh, this was the opportunity here. This, because we went through the previous order block. Now we probably just gotta wait for another fall wave to happen, if that happens. Set an alert here. I'll take a look at Litecoin. If we break this low, then it's an ABC up and most likely coming down again. Yeah, looks like quite a few had a 3-way move up. They're not really bullish looking. BNB has been grinding on these 300s for quite a long time. Like, look at this as well. This was very similar to the example I had on Litecoin, where we had a structure going up or well, this here, although this is not the lowest low here, but the premise is exactly the same. We have a impulsive looking structure here from these points, but before that we have a three-way structure and a three-way structure where we can have this whole thing labeled as an A, B, and C to the upside. So you gotta be careful on these, because this whole thing could be a 3 here, and then another 3 down, right? And the 1-to-1, oh no. If we peaked, are these proper? This would be so long off a wave 4. But I mean, we don't have history too much for wave 4s. I feel like this would be way too long for a wave 4. But look at the overlap here, 38%, and the 1-to-1 extension of this here as a B, and C. Hitting very well, $114. I'll set my alert there, or just before that, 118, whatever. If BNB goes there, you know I'll be buying. And always stop loss, log scale stop loss would be $40. So for that we would have another 65% downwards potential before stop, but yeah, spot's gotta have some stop as well. Yeah. Three-way down, three-way up, three-way down. I'm not quite sure. I'm not trading AVAX now. Very overlapping on EOS. What we just did. Oh, Doge's doing something. Oh, what? Massive pump. Okay, so NQ did come back here and took my stop. Maybe this was just, I don't know, that is so weird. Maybe this is just an ABC up, ABC down. Or if it is, then it's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 invisible wave 4 here, then a 3-way pullback, and then this would be a 1, 2, 1, 2, and then off to the moon we go. Just to troll me, right? I mean, that is very possible as well. Oh well, oh well. Doge, yeah, Doge was doing some pretty decent moves. It's been doing these quite a few times now. Like these. Yeah, these are like, the meme coins are so difficult to chart because it does things like this. Right? That is hard to do, or hard to label. Overlaps, so much overlap. I don't know, I can't really look at this on this smaller time frame, or this kind of time frame daily. ABC option or some kind of fire wave. This kind of looks like an ABC though, right? If you are just doing this instead. I think it fits the extensions as well. Not quite to the 1-to-1. Oh, here we go. 1.382. Yeah, it's so overlapping everything. It's hard to say. But everything seems to be grinding up, at least correctively, if not anything else. And of course, as Doge is rising, SHIB is right behind it. Yep. Yep. I like it. That is so weird. What did we do here? We came up in 3, came down in 3, up. That looks like flats. Or WXY. Yeah. Not really interested in that. Nope. Nope, nope. Cake. Look at that. I kind of have like, there's so much more euphoria around now of all the alts. I feel like I want to be selling something, but then again, you're looking at like regular scale charts, and you're like, huh? From all-time highs, we're still 95% down. I have no idea where I was buying this, like sand. I know that I have sand at some point bought. I probably bought some of these dips, like maybe in here, maybe I bought in here somewhere. Maybe I bought here for this 3-wave. I can't be sure. And none of those would be in any kind of profits, not even close. Not even close. Like this would be 85% down. This would be 80% down. Like, yeah. I probably want to be waiting for another year to hit. Imagine like, I remember the hype there was for sand, for this kind of move. Like, I need that before I can actually sell. I feel like I need to be though just holding this in case some of these just pops up back to all-time highs. These are like great buying areas as well. Like I would be still seeing like loads of YouTube people doing just a simple box in here where it's their buying area, where they are dollar cost averaging into it. And then in a couple of years, when we reach or potentially reach a cycle high, and look at the gains they would be making. 1,000%. Yeah. Just by holding. The market is so weird. Just sit on your hands, do nothing, and quit until you get money. Until you get these. If these actually happen again, we'd never know. They might not even happen again. That's why the trading is so much. I mean, it is so much more hands-on, and you've got to be analyzing a lot more than just sitting on your hands and praying that the market goes up. But that's what 95% probably people are doing on indices and everything like that, where people are, or funds, buying funds and investing in funds. They're just throwing money at a bank recommendation fund. That's exactly what I did at some point. And I had no idea what the market was doing. I was just hoping that it goes up, because everywhere it says market goes up at times, and in good economies it does. And yeah, I guess we just it would be just easier just to dollar cost average into some of the decent looking altcoin projects and hope for a good run on these in a couple of years or something. And why dollar cost average? Just to spread the risk, right? Like I was saying on sand, if I was buying on all of these dips, I would be still in like negative. But if I was just buying once a week, I would be buying here, 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 right? So how many days is this? This is 800 days. So that's 100 and what? 100 and something weeks. So 100 opportunities to buy it. And this is the majority of the time. This is like, yeah, this is like 70% of the time here that we used in this area. So most of the buys that happened here, because they would be in the same amount of money, you would have most coins generated here. These, you would have 10 times more buys with the same amount of money, or 10 times the coins with just one buy than you would have with that same buy in here. So you would have negated basically that whole risk basically with just one purchase, right? If you understand. That's why dollar cost average into this shit coins is way better than just trying to buy the dip, I feel like. But yeah, I don't think it's too late to get into these, and just like, I don't know if there is some kind of automating thing on like Binance or something, some reputable exchange that you can trust to just throw in a weekly buy or something on your favorite coins. Of course, later on that is going to be very shit for your tax things, but I think it probably is going to be worth it, especially now that Binance has introduced the tax option, at least for Finland, where it is basically calculating your taxes automatically that you got to report, and you can just download everything there easily. But yeah, enough ranting. I've gone over an hour now today, so I think this is pretty much everything I have time for today. Happy weekend for all of you who is still here, and catch you again next week. Bye bye.